Okay, so we're recording now. Okay, guys, so the purpose of this meeting is to introduce all the KPPs, the admin staff, and support staff to the changes of the shopping cart so that you guys are able to facilitate customers buying what they need right away. Okay, what the objective is here is to create an express lane for customers that know precisely what they want to buy, without having to go through, too many extra loops. Okay, so the simplest thing is going to go to the shopping cart, and you'll notice that we've added this this slider here at the top. We've taken it away from the home page just to clean things up. But let's just go into tables for Act. Okay, and we are going to be adding some stuff, like doing a bit of a reskinning of the shopping cart. But for now, the functionality, everything in the workflow I'm going to show you today is going to remain constant. So we're going to click on Add to Cart, and then we're just going to click on Proceed to Checkout. Now, the first thing that you're going to notice is that for the sake of simplicity, I have removed the cart objects from here so people don't get confused, which section do they need to work with. So I'm just going to put in, okay, all the basic items here. Okay, I'm just going to change my email here because I'm registered with the website with this email. Okay, so the registration screen, very straightforward, okay? And then you just click on Next. Okay, and then you click on Next. I'm noticing that this is displaying a little differently in Firefox, but that's fine. So now, this is the important thing that I want to show you, okay? So at this point, I'm going to say, I've got a customer, he wants to buy, let's say, 5 of these. Let's even update it. Okay. So now it's a $350 sale, and I am going to give myself credit for this. So I'm going to scroll down where it says Keystroke, and I'm going to add myself here as the referral person. Okay. Then I'm going to click on Share with a Friend. Now, normally this would be positioned over here. I'm just noticing in Firefox for the first time it seems to be stacking, but just look for Share with a Friend. Now, at that point, it's going to say, do you want to send it with the email or copy link? This particular link, as you can see, is showing you the products and even my name at the end of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Send Link to Email. And then I'm going to bring the email over here. So this is what's going to happen. It's going to pre-populate with some basic text. I added some items to the Keystroke shopping cart I thought you'd like. You're under no obligation, of course, but if you'd like what I've selected, please complete the checkout process to purchase. You can also change the product quantities or remove items from my suggestion list as needed before advancing further. Shopping cart link, blah, blah, blah. Let me know if you have any questions, and then you can put in your own signature information. Okay, I'm going to put in my email. Okay. And then I'm going to click on Update. Okay. Just 1 second while it says not responding. Okay, so now this is the email that I received, and I'm going to click on this. Now it's going to show up over here. Now, one thing I noticed this morning, depending on the browser, it will sometimes populate these fields or sometimes not. I'm going to have our developer look into it, but for the purposes of this demonstration, it doesn't really matter that much, because if you're sending them to the customer, they can turn around and populate this section themselves. But we'll get this fixed so this sticks. Okay, and now the person's going to click on next. Oh, I didn't put in a city. Okay, they confirm the information here. Click on next. Okay, now take a look what happens. Automatically displays the quantity of 5 tables, and it shows me as the referral link. Okay, the referral source. So now all your customer has to do is click on next and proceed through the checkout. Okay, you'll notice how these things are side by side as expected. I don't know why it's misbehaving in Firefox. Okay, and then they just proceed to checkout, and you will get credit for that sale. And when that sale comes through, it's going to display you as the referral source. And then when the invoice is created, you'll be tagged as the sales rep, and you'll get a commission check the following month. And it's that easy. Okay, so one product is fairly standard, but let's say that you wanted to build, something a little bit more involved. Okay, you've got a customer that wants to buy ACT. So you're going to say, okay, add to cart. And then you're going to go back to the shopping cart home. Select a support option. Click on a VIP. Add the VIP. Go back to the shopping cart. And let's say, last thing we're going to do is we're going to add an ACT for Outlook. Okay. Proceed to checkout. Now, in this case, it still had these items here, so I'm removing that. But in this case, you could actually see that I've basically built a little quote here. Okay, I've got everything that I need, and I'm selecting myself here. And when I click on share, copy link. Now let's say I go over here. Next. Boom. And the referral source is there. This is the key, guys. So you guys are able to go in, assemble a quick quote, okay? And there's nothing advanced, but this is a very, very basic quote, right? Like it's got ACT, it's got VIP, and it's got ACT for Outlook, okay? But it's a $510 deal, and it may be just a simple one-off, all perpetual products with exception of VIP, and boom. You don't need to go through any sales rep. You don't need to ask people to go to the shopping cart themselves, where you may not get any credit. That's it. And for the KPPs, I think this is going to be absolutely stellar, because you guys are going to be able to, you're on the front line. You know what your customers want. And it may just be, just something quick, like a couple of additional licenses or 5 custom tables or whichever, and you're going to be able to build that quote for them and send it over. There's no receivables because it goes directly to the shopping cart, and they get fulfillment immediately. Okay, any of the Keystroke add-ons, they're going to get their license keys instantly, and then the only thing in this case that they might have to wait for is the ACT Pro license, but with a 30-day trial, there's typically no urgency there either. Okay, so I'm going to pause and let's see if open the floor to some questions here. Any questions?
When putting them together.
Greg, go ahead.
I'm just wondering, like a lot of it, either you were showing the email and send to a friend. what if we got them on the phone live? And I'm talking to Joe, and I want to do it. Obviously, you just have them go through the same steps, put everything in the cart, tag myself as the referral, and just complete right there over the phone, right? I don't have to do an email or send. That's just
you can, like, if you've got them on the phone, then you can walk them through and say, please add me if you like my service. Add me here as the referral source, and just walk them through to the very end. Very straightforward. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay.
Yeah, like if you've got them on the phone, like there's no point in adding complexity to it, and then you probably don't need any additional functionality for this. But a lot of the times we'll get things like through chat services, or KPP will get an email saying, I need this or that, and then they can just prepare a quote. What we want to do is allow people to sell as quickly, efficiently, and as autonomously as possible. So that they can, provide their customers with the information that they need and get credit for it. And, all of these tools are lending to that. Okay. As an internal staff, you may find that you toggle back and forth between literally holding someone's hand through the whole shopping cart experience, or just doing it for themselves. And, especially if you're on a chat, where you're doing it for themselves, and just copy into the chat window for them to complete. Okay. Alan, any questions? Don't hear Alan. Amber, any questions?
I was muted. It took me a while to wake up. Hey, happy Friday.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, this is great. I was thinking, I don't know if it comes into play, but if there was an upgrade, or where we had to let them know their current serial number, does that come into play here? I'm trying to think.
No, the shopping cart really doesn't have any calculations of proration, any serial key functionality or anything. What we've done is we've just added the ability for you guys to build your own quotes and get credit for your customers, so that there's less reliance on the sales team. You guys don't have to go through anyone. Often, like someone like you, Alan, you may have a customer who's like, hey, he needs 5 Act Pros, he needs 5 Act for Outlooks, and a couple of HHCs, like really simple stuff. And you can, run that through the shopping cart pretty painlessly.
Yeah, I do a fair amount of those, and this will be very helpful. Thanks. I like it.
Yep.
I'll use it.
Yep. And and the customer is going to love the ability to just say, oh, okay, cool. And I've joked many times that this was actually inspired by my wife, who got tired of me buying her technical gifts. So she actually just goes into the shopping cart of the site she wants, sends me the link, and I complete the checkout. And I'm always a hero. Because she got sick of getting laptop bags and computer speakers and things like that. So now she gets what she wants.
There you go.
Yeah. No, she's a quiet inspiration to a lot of these technical ideas. Amber, do you have anything to say? I thought maybe you're just gonna judge me on my husband's skills.
I was judging, actually. I was like, if I was your wife, I'd just buy it myself, and you'd get the whole
Yeah, that's harder to convert into a business case.
I know, it's true. No, the only question, I absolutely love it. I think this is so brilliant, and I'm so happy about how easy it is. I just want to clarify, like when we first go in to create that shopping cart, are we logged in as ourselves or as Noam?
Nope. No, if you don't, and that's an excellent question, okay? Guys, do not log in as yourselves, because if you log in as yourselves, your customers will see or could potentially see your margins, okay? So definitely, or there could end up having something break where that's part of the link. I actually hadn't considered that. You only log in as yourself when you're buying on margin. So let's say, Amber, you want to buy 5 automators, okay, rather than have the customer do it. You would log in as yourself, buy them on margin, and then sell them for whatever you want, okay?
It's a very good example. I love that automator.
I know you do. I know you. But this is a case where you want to kind of streamline the process and send the customer directly to directly to it. You don't have to buy anything. You're going to get absolute credit for it because, you're embedding your own referral source in there, and boom, nice soft sell.
I love it.
Okay. Frank, any questions? I tried to unmute everyone. Try again. Vic might be overriding.
I can help you out with that, Ken.
Yeah, I know you can. That'd be the end of the call. While Frank's trying to sort out, or anyone's trying to sort out the unmuting, just, let me know if you have any questions. I got here website so that we have, okay. Do we need to be, okay, Jimmy Jacob. So ask similar question, do we need to be logged into the website? So the refer button, no. Jimmy, as I said, do not log in. You only log in when you're buying on margin, okay?
So I missed that. I was just doing a sample shopping cart on my own, but I don't see that referral source button.
You have to get to the cart stage.
The cart stage, okay.
Okay, so what I did was I made the login stage just about the end user information, and when you get to the cart, you've got all the cart information, and then below there you're going to see additional information, and you can select yourself.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yep.
And then the second, once you enter that in, when you click on share with a friend, then that link will include your information and all the shopping cart details in there.
Ken, I am unmuted and have no questions.
Okay. Let's see. Jean, any questions?
No, I'm good. I think this looks great.
Yay, Jean. I was quite certain that you would suffer another muting, self-muting. Jimmy, as our apprentice sales manager, do you have any questions?
Nope, not right now.
Okay, good. Lanny, how about you?
No, I'm good. This is good. This
okay.
I just thought of a question.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Is handheld contact on here, or does that have to be bought separately?
Okay, so let me show you that brings up several questions. So let me show you what we have done. Okay, so under handheld contact and under several products, you're going to see, like here, when you go to purchase it, you're going to see a little arrow, okay, just like this. What that means is it's going to take you to the site where you actually need to buy it, okay? And the reason that we did this is that it was creating a lot of extra workflow to take people's money here when they had an expectation of instant service, and then we had to contact, the Kitchener office, apply the licensing, blah, blah, blah. It created a lot of extra work where now for services like this, they're brought directly here and they can check out here. There's other examples of that. We've got 3 what we describe as in-trial purchase experiences, okay? One is Web Planner. Well, first is handheld contact. The other is handheld contact, Web Planner, as you can see the arrow here. And what this does is this takes you to the trial setup. You set up a trial, and then within the trial experience, you can purchase a license, okay? And the last example is Book to Act. Which again throws you out of the shopping cart and directly to the trial experience. Okay, so once they're in a trial, then they can purchase their. And I'll actually log in here myself. And then you can go into account management and you can purchase a license, add new subscription. I've got quite a few here that I've got available that I can assign to any of the KPPs or any other people that need them, like NFRs that are on our team. Okay, but normally you wouldn't see so many here. But this allows people, not unlike handheld contact, to have an inventory of subscriptions. Okay, so that's where it's all managed, whether it's book to act, handheld contact, web planner. We prefer the e-commerce side or the account management side to be within each one of their respective subscription processes. Okay, any other questions? So for any of the internal staff, like Tanya and like Craig, or like Weiji or Farah, that are talking to customers all day, what we want them is to be able to just say, oh, so you're interested in the in an Act for Outlook or Orange Care or whatever, for them to be able to very, very quickly go in, purchase it as if they would, and then just send them the link. Okay, like we want to make it extremely easy. Okay, let me just quickly open up the questions, and I'm going to show one last change to the configurator from the demo we did last week. So any last questions?
Ken. Yeah, I got a question. This is John. So we have, I didn't notice that we were able to actually input the customer's name and address information, but sent them the link that they would end up having to put that information in after they got the link. Is that the way that it's set up?
It's ultimately going to be set up so that when you put in their customer information, it should stick. But we just got the development of this done, last night, and I was playing with it this morning, and I noticed that where some browsers, like Edge, it seemed to stick, and in other browsers it didn't. So we just, it was just a little late in the game. I think if you send them the link and it includes all the shopping cart and it includes your referral information, them having to enter in the information, I don't think is a big showstopper. So that's why I thought I'm going to continue with this. But, when we finally iron out all the bugs and you send them the link, it's going to relieve them of the need to even enter in their own information.
Okay, that's good, because that was one of the elements that was a little bit frustrating when I first started using it, to get the information to stick to the order as I was going through. So that may have been on the KPP side when I actually logged in, but there was some confusion that I wanted to have my clients avoid. So, all right, cool, that's great.
We're still working on it, but the worst thing, if the biggest impediment to purchasing for your end users is they got to type in their own contact information, I don't think that's a big speed bump. But so feel free to start using it right away, and we'll iron out some of the bugs as we go. Okay?
Yeah, I will. All right, thanks.
Any other questions? Okay, cool. So what I want to do is I want to show you guys one small tweak to the configurator. Okay, and this will also be for people that weren't on the configurator call last week. So one of the things that we wanted to do was establish for people to be able to quote without actually knowing anything about pricing policies, products, tiers, or anything like that. So all very, very simple end user related questions. Okay, so the first one is, how many users do you have? Well, if you can't answer that, you're not at the start of the CRM buying process. Okay, so I'm going to say 5. Then you click on continue, and it says, are you currently on Act subscription? Now, for the simple reason here is, if they say no, then they're going to be quoted $420 for every single extra license. If they say yes, then they're going to be quoted $300 for every extra license. Now, if they say no, okay, they're not on subscription, then they're going to pay $420 and they're getting hosting, and they will jump over this stage. Watch how it goes directly to 4. Okay? Now let's go back to this. And then if they say yes, it's going to go directly to hosting. Okay? Host on the cloud or self-host. They're going to say self-host in this case, and then we click on custom tables. Now, custom tables is where we made the change, because we had an error in our cost calculation, so that if it's custom tables, you get $120 added for all users, not just additional users, okay? Because what happens is, let's say that you get Growth Suite and 4 additional users, so you actually have a total of 5 users. Then you actually need to buy five custom tables. The first one, like the license, is not included free of charge. So we had to break that costing up, and we separated it for the simple reason that in the fall, the custom tables will be a la carte, so that you'll be able to specify just how many users need custom tables, not unlike handheld contact, where you can set the quantity, okay? And then next, are you interested in growing your business through e-marketing campaigns, blah, blah, blah? I'm going to just say no to accelerate down through the process. And then, as I said, this is what custom tables are going to be like in the fall, where they break them up and make it a la carte. And I'm just going to say 3 and then continue. And then you see the orange care is based on all users. And then next, and here's your cart. Okay? Now, what you're going to see is, instead of Act Premium Plus, which actually doesn't exist anymore, you're going to see Tables for Act Swift Page Bundling at $120. Okay? No quantity discounts or anything. And then 5 orange cares, 3 handle contacts, and then 5 Act CRMs. Okay? Click on checkout and it will take you right through there. Now, much like last week, if you click on referral, and I'm going to say myself, okay, and I click on share, you're going to see my name embedded in here. And I'm going to go, let's open up another browser. You're going to see the quote that you can send someone, okay, and it's going to preserve all the configurator information as well as the referral source. And then they can just proceed to checkout. And they go through all the normal process and all the items will come in. Okay, so now you have 2 ways of quoting. Now, I hope everyone understands why we made them totally separate. The configurator is for, you know, more complete solutions where people would not otherwise understand, you know, what they're buying, and this actually guides them through a wizard of questions. Whereas the shopping cart experience is, you know, I need 5 apples, 5 oranges, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The configurator is also only for subscription purchases, and the shopping cart is for both. Okay. So, you know, the shopping cart allowed us to kind of round out and provide, you know, a very precise, you know, prescripted list of what you're offering or recommending to the customer. And the configurator can be for both yourself in preparing it for a customer, or you give it to a customer and say, here, you know, play around with it. You know, this is something that once you're done, just tag me as your rep and then proceed to purchase. Okay. But the big thing with the configurator as well is it's fast, it's easy, and it's anonymous. So people don't have that worry that they're being subjected to a quoting wizard, but it's really just scraping data. There's absolutely no data that is captured before they advance to the shopping cart. So they can take this over and over and over again anonymously, and I think that will reassure them as well.
Ken, how did you get to the configurator? I missed that.
Okay. So you go to the home screen.
Yeah.
And you see create your own ACT quote.
Ah, okay.
And then you'll also see it down here, get an ACT quote now. And then on literally any of the ACT product pages, you're going to see the green button.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we've got these little calls to action, you know, pretty much anywhere, like everywhere on anything that's ACT related. We always try to keep it contextual, so that, you know, when you're in a section that people might be inspired to get in that quote, the button is there. Okay, but Amber, for you, you know, this is something that, and really any of the KPPs, what I would recommend you guys do is actually prepare, and I'm going to actually show you some text that you guys can borrow. Okay. It was just a simple thing saying, you know, and this is going to all people that are on perpetual software, okay? There's a quick note, say the Gross Week promotion is ending at the end of this month. You know, we know that everyone's aware of the Protexus license, but we know that some people have some questions about how to price ACT now, because it's, you know, it's a lot more complicated or just different, okay? And then you can say, we have this tool that allows you to kind of go through it anonymously, quickly, simply. It takes 30 to 60 seconds. Anyone that wants this this text, by the way, just email me and I'll fire it out. In fact, you know what? I'm going to make it even simpler. I'm going to drop it right into the KPP channel right now. And you guys can go ahead, just make sure that you put in the appropriate hyperlinks, okay? But you guys will be able to send this out to your customers starting next week and just forward them off to the configurator. It's a passive way of generating leads.
Okay, I have a really terrible question. How do we get into the KPP channel? I know I should know that. I'm sorry.
Are you not? No, it's fine. Are you not on Slack?
Probably. So I
yeah,
go to Slack.
Yeah, just go into Slack, and there's a channel called KPP.
Okay, yeah.
If you have trouble, just email me, and I'll fire back the content to you directly.
Thank you.
No problem.
So the Slack URL. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Email me, Amber.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'll reply with some kind of burger emoji just to bug you.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So we're at the bottom of the hour. Any other questions? I just want to be respectful of people's time and not take more than necessary. So these are the two tools. The reason that Amber, I kind of rushed through the configurator, which actually, in my opinion, is much more of a marquee item, is that we covered it in depth last week. So this week was more of the shopping cart follow-up, but I did want to spend a couple of minutes showing, just the changes that we made, because the custom table piece was calculating wrong before. Okay. So that's it, guys. It is recorded, so I'll post this in the KPP channel as well for everyone. If there are no additional questions, have a great weekend, guys, and go Raps. Take care.